Hello, it's Andrine, a Jewish American priestess, and today I'm coming to you with a reading for the month of Av. The new moon came on Thursday last week. The month began actually on Shabbat, which in my timeline is yesterday. And today we're going to be doing our new moon ritual this evening, but I thought I'd do a little quick reading before then. So what's coming up for the month of Av? This month is a month of grief, and it's a month of also of love. So we're going to do a 6-pointed star with a centerpiece as well today in this reading, and we're just going to mix them up, lay them down, and give them a read. On the top, we've got the letter that is representing what is coming down from the heavens, what's coming down from the divine right now for us. And we have the letter Resh. In the lower right corner, this is the position representing what is known about what's coming up this month of Av. What is known? We've got the Mem. Perfect. And in the lower left corner, what is unseen right now in this moment? And we have the Pei. All right, we'll start with these three. Let me zoom in a bit. All right, starting off with Resh in the up and the top of this. This is what's coming in at this time from the heavens. And Resh is the letter that begins the word Rosh, meaning head. So it's a new beginning, something new, like Rosh Chodesh, this new month. And the head is also, of course, representing the brains, the intellect in the mind. But it's the binary transformation of seed and barrenness. So we're planting a seed, we're having a new beginning this month, something new is starting, and we are the ones who will see whether that bears fruit or not. There's the potential for fruit, of course, there's the potential for the seed to take root, but there's also the potential for barrenness, and it's difficult to know which way it's going to go. Resh also has this connotation of wickedness. Sometimes Rocha is the beginning of Resh, begins the word Rocha. So some people see Resh as a wicked letter, has some darkness to it. Somebody who is a poor one is known as a Rosh. So again, there's a potential there between seed and barrenness. So there can be difficulty, but the new beginning is coming in, and it's the letter that rules over the planet Mercury, so maybe about communication. Communication coming in. We're in a time right now actually of Mercury in retrograde, so that's interesting. And maybe that's part of the wickedness, is that we're having trouble understanding what's being communicated, or our communications are not landing as clearly as they might. So that could bring about some difficulty right now. So that's what's coming down from the heaven. The beginning, possibly some challenges with the seed taking root, and maybe some challenges in communication as well. What's known about this upcoming month of Av is the Mem. And I love that this showed up in the known spot, because Mem is the mother letter of water. And the water that is here in this hot time of year in the summer where I am is that soothing that is underneath it all. There's soothing that comes with the water that's hydrating us and keeping us alive during this hot season. But there's also grief, and grief in itself can be soothing. So there may be tears. There may be tears and some kind of transformation that's coming through water, some kind of cleansing with a mikvah, perhaps of some sort. Maybe it's a good time to go get a mikvah to cleanse oneself before a transition that's happening. But there's gestation wrapped up in the Mem. It represents a womb space. It looks a little bit like a pregnant belly, and it's the number 40 in Gematria, so it has that 40 years in the wilderness sense and the 40 weeks of gestation in the body. So as we travel through maybe a difficult desert time, we can rely on the water that's given to us by Miriam, our prophetess, and Mayim Hayim, those waters of life. So get some hydration in. Find the transformation that happens through water, whether that be external mikvah or tears that are coming out of your own eyes. Since we have the 9th of Av, Tisha B'Av, which is one of the saddest times in the Hebrew calendar this month, those tears may be coming up to represent the grief that comes from a destruction of something, even if it's something that's been challenging. Change is difficult. What is unseen in this time is the letter Pei. And the letter Pei is the letter that means mouth. So it's like the mouth of the divine who is speaking creation into existence. So it's affiliated with creation through speech. So we may not be able to see necessarily that which is coming to manifest, but it's important to start the words, to have the words come out of our mouth. Pei also begins the word pa'am, so time and cycles and spirals that come with time. I like that it looks like a little bit like a spiral. And it is the number 80 in Gematria. 8 being a number that looks like the infinity loop, and 10 times 8 being this ultimate manifestation of the infinite. So it has the sense of the divine within it as far as the infinite one, but also the sense of time that just continues to go on and on. This may be a month that seems eternal. It may be a month that we're seeing cycles and seasons coming around. It may feel like there's some kind of presence of the infinite that we can't quite grasp or see right now, because this is the hidden part. And those are our first 3 letters for this month of Av. Let's see what else comes up. At the bottom, the position is what is rooting us, or what is being supportive right now. Coming up from below, the roots of our situation, and it's holding us stable. And we have the letter Beit. Nice. In the upper left corner, we're going to put a letter that's going to represent what's our fear or challenge right now as we move into this month of Av. And we have Ayin. And on the upper right corner, this is the position of what's our advice about how to move forward right now in this month as we step off on our new path. And we have the letter Vav. Okay. So on the very bottom, what's supporting us, we have the letter Beit. Beit is the letter that is the letter that means a house or a home. Where do we dwell? Where do we dwell in the world? Where do we dwell in this moment? Beit is sometimes seen as a shul. It could be a synagogue. It could be a workplace. It could be the world itself. We dwell on this planet Earth. And it can be seen as the body. And for me, I think it's representing the body right now. This is the thing that's supporting us, is our place on the earth, our place in the body. Really paying attention to where we are dwelling. No matter where we go in the world, we always take our body with us. And so far, we're still on this planet. It's the binary transformation of life and death. So choosing life every day is going to be very supportive. Turning away from death and destruction is going to be really useful. And I like that Beit is the first letter of Torah in the word Bereshit. So we've got the Beit here and the Resh right at the top, the first 2 letters of Torah. So this new beginning at the Resh is also reflected on the bottom, another new beginning. So even though it's the second letter of the Aleph Bet, it's the first letter of Torah. And in our Torah, there's frequently a second will be made first. So oftentimes you'll see a set of twins or brothers, and the younger one is elevated to the one who inherits. So Beit here is that letter also taking the first position in Torah with Bereshit in the beginning. So we have something that's new and starting over again. And it's that listening to our body. Maybe our bodies are being renewed. The first word of Torah, it's the letter also that is affiliated with the mouth, interestingly, and at Pei is also affiliated with the mouth. So this being the mouth of the divine speaking creation into existence, if you look at it, it's almost as if the Beit fits right inside the Pei. And it's the first word that's coming out of the divine mouth in the beginning, Bereshit. So we're being supported by divine voice. We're being supported by our home, our body, our planet, and also that new beginning that's coming in this month, as new beginnings come in every month with the new moon. Yeah, so really listen to your body. Listen to the earth as it speaks to you in this season. Our upper left corner is the position of what is our fear or challenge. And we have the letter Ayin. Ayin is the letter that means an eye. So maybe we're having trouble seeing. We're having trouble seeing how things are going to turn out. We're having trouble seeing our way forward. Maybe we're a little bit afraid of not being watched over by divinity. That there's a concern about something that's coming to an end, some big thing, because this is the number 70. 7 represents the number of days of creation, and 10 times 7 is some ultimate completion of something. So maybe something really big is coming to an end, and there's a challenge or a fear around that. Ayin is also the foundation of laughter in the Sefer Yetzirah, in the version that I read. So I think that there may be a concern that even when we do see things, we're not going to be able to find the humor in it, because that's an important factor for me anyway. So we have this fear of a big completion, about not seeing our way forward, about not feeling watched over by divinity, and that maybe we won't get the joke when it all comes to a culmination. But those fears can be rectified by trusting in the Infinite One, even when we can't see them, and to trusting in, leaning into that water ritual, that the Mayim Chaim. Hold on, I got an alarm going off. Let me pause that. Okay. And over on the right side at the top, we have what's our advice here, and we have the letter Vav. Vav is the letter that represents connection. It's the letter that literally means and in Hebrew. So connecting with oneself, connecting with another, connecting with the divine, connecting with the community, really reaching out and finding connection, connecting to the earth. It's like a taproot that goes right down into the earth. It's like the spine in the body. And if you can sit and feel yourself connected to the center of the earth, that can be really healing right now. So when we're in this position of feeling disconnected, not being watched over, not being able to see forward, we can connect with ourselves, the divine, and others in order to try to feel that connection again. This unity with divinity is hugely important. It's the number 6 in Gematria, so it represents that 6th day of creation where the divine created all the animals, including humans, in order to have someone with whom to interact. So we can really tap into that we've been created by the universe, by divinity, in order to have those connections. We can feel the divine in our own bodies, in our own selves, and we can feel that connection with others and with the planet, with the universe. So that's our advice right now, is to connect. I'm going to pull out one final letter for the month of Av to see what is our big outcome right now as we see it. Of course, there's no knowing the future, but we can something to look forward to or hope towards. And the letter is Dalet. Okay. And Dalet is the doorway. So some transition, some kind of liminal space that we are being asked to step through, that we're standing on this doorway, this portal between where we are and where we will be. Dalet is this doorway. It's like the portal between worlds. So it can be seen as the genitalia of the feminine body where we give birth. And it can also be seen as a death portal. And sometimes birth can seem like a death, and death can seem like a birth. So there's some transition coming, some kind of gate that we are walking through. And we need to find humility in this. The word dal means somebody who is poor, who has their head bowed. So maybe we're bowing our head as we step through that doorway. The resh also has the head in it, and it's bowed over as well. So we're stepping forward through this liminal space into the next place, whatever it is, and really knowing that we can take the divine with us. There's mezuzot on our doorposts where we touch in with that idea that the divine is here with us as we go through these transitions. So even if it's challenging, even if it's a difficult doorway to pass through, we can take the divine with us in every instance. And so at this time when we are stepping through into the month of Av, and maybe beyond, even into the month of Elul afterwards, remember to be humble. Remember that the divine is here and carrying you along with it. Dalet is the number 4 in Gematria, so it has this inherent stability to it. And it reflects on the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, water, the 4 seasons of summer, fall, winter, and spring, and the 4 directions of north, south, east, and west. There's also the 4 letters of the divine name, the Yud He Vav He, inherent in the Dalet. So, really trust that the divine is here, really holding you and encouraging you to step through that doorway, to be birthed into the next iteration. It's a beautiful reading for the month of Av. We're starting with the new beginning, the head, pushing the head forward from the body through that Dalet into a birthplace. We're beginning this new thing. Will there be seed? Will there be barrenness? We have yet to see. We have to water that seed with the mem, possibly with our tears, and cleanse with a mikvah to stay hydrated during this hot season. Trust that the Infinite One is here and that the spiral of time continues on, that we can speak what we'd like to see into the world. Trust in our bodies, trust in the earth, know that a new beginning is inherent both above and below. If we're concerned about not seeing our way forward, if we're concerned about not being watched over by the divine, connect with others, connect with oneself, connect with divinity, connect with the earth. And when we do, we'll transition through whatever doorway is being held open for us at this time, and know that we will make it through to the other side of the month of Av and head into this period, through the period of mourning, into a period of joy and connection. Again, Vav is about connection with another, and we have Tu B'Av as well as Tisha B'Av. So we have Tisha B'Av, which is the mourning holiday, and Tu B'Av, which is the love holiday. So sometimes I see Vav as connecting to the lover's card in tarot. Anyway, it's a beautiful reading. I hope that you found it interesting and that you have a fantastic month of Av, and I will see you here next time. Chodesh Tov.